Welcome back to Once Upon a Sister. I'm Faith.
I'm Rosalie. And we're your hosts. This week we're going to be doing a little bit of a recommendation video. We're going to be doing Kindle Unlimited recommendations, it's just going to be specifically on Kindle Unlimited.
Yeah. So I guess I was like, what are you going to say? I thought you were
I kind of brain farted.
I thought you were going to say the thing because she just brought up, she was like, oh, we need to clarify that it's United States only. Yeah. I didn't even really realize that they're different for other countries. I guess that makes sense. But
yeah, I had seen something that was like Kindle Unlimited America. Like it could be different in different countries. So I was like, this is going to be for America. Yeah, I would think they probably have mostly similar titles.
I don't know. I guess if you're in another country, you can let us know. We don't have access to the other country. Look, I don't know what y'all got. I don't know. We literally only have America's version of it. So yeah. Anyway, if you are a Kindle user and you have Kindle Unlimited, there's a lot of, I feel like, hidden gems on there, or stuff that people don't even really realize are on there. So that's why we just wanted to.
Or even if you don't have Kindle Unlimited and you're looking to get it.
Yeah, if you don't know if it's worth it or not.
We'll just kind of give you some recommendations because I feel like, I guess it depends on what you read, but like at least for me, Kindle Unlimited is so helpful because like they have a lot of stuff I want to read.
I use it all the time.
Yeah.
So anyway, before we get started into that, what have you been reading?
Oh, I gotta remember. Okay, so right now I'm reading Renegades by Marissa Meyer, I think that's her name. Anyways, I just started it, so I'm only like 25% in, but I like already feel like I'm gonna love it so much.
Is it a longer book? How long is it?
I think it's just like 400 pages or something. I think they're all, because it's like a trilogy, and that's the other thing. It's like it's not super long.
It's nice.
I don't have to, but it's not necessarily a fantasy. It's kind of like, I feel like it's kind of giving dystopian, but it has superhero-ish. Like that's like the only way I can think to describe it, because it feels more superhero than like fantasy, but it's like basically
more like powers and like magic.
Yeah. So basically you have like the renegades who are like, I guess they're just like the overarching political people, and then obviously you have like, I don't know what they're called, but like the people who don't agree with it and are trying to go against it. And I'm pretty sure where I'm at, like, the situation is going to be, like, one of the villains is going to, like, secretly join the Renegades, and she's going to be in there, but it's also going to be, like, a forbidden romance within that, and it's already so good. Also, this is so, like, random and niche, but if you ever watch The Legend of Korra, which you don't know what that is.
What is that?
Well, if you've seen Avatar: The Last Airbender, that's, like, the show that follows, like, either his granddaughter or something. Anyways, if you've seen The Legend of Korra, the vibes of that really gives Renegades. It's like the city, but it's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just, if you've watched that, you know what I mean. And it's just like, that's what I feel like I'm reading for some reason. Anyways, I'm also reading The Co-op by Tara DeWitt. It's just a romance book. They have these two people, like their grandparents. They're not related, sorry. Their grandparents died and they like inherited this house, and I'm not super far into it, so I don't know what's gonna cause them to, but it's gonna be like a forced marriage, like a marriage of convenience. So
love it.
I haven't gotten super far into it, but I'm enjoying it so far and I'm excited. But that's all.
I wanted to say real quick, if you see a fly flying around, no, you don't.
I saw it in front of my face.
My kids open the door all day long, and I'm like, close the door, and there's flies, so I apologize. I'm always walking around with a fly swatter. But I am... Okay, guys. I gotta debrief a little bit. Okay, so I just finished Fearless, which is our book of the month, which...
I did too.
We are not going to talk about it at all. We're saving it for when we film that episode.
We've talked about this book in every single episode this month.
I know, sorry.
We're constantly like, join the club.
Anyways. Yeah, no, I just read that. So I'm not going to say anything. We'll talk about that, obviously, on the episode where we debrief it. But if you finished it, you know. There's a lot emotionally. So really that happened. And then immediately, so I finished it 2 days ago. What's today? Friday. I finished it Wednesday. And then yesterday I read Sunrise on the Reaping, which is, if you don't know, it's a prequel. It's Haymitch's games from the Hunger Games. It's when he was reaped and went to the games. So I am emotionally distraught after reading that book. And I can't even really say much because she hasn't read anything. She plans to eventually, but oh my gosh.
I really want to read it.
It's so good. And it's so sad because obviously it's a prequel. So, you know, if you watch the movies or read the books, I've read all the books. I read them when they like as they were coming out, a little bit after that, because I was only like 10 when the first one came out. I was 13 when I read them all, but they're like part of me. I'm gonna get emotional. They're like part of me, and so reading this, like, sorry, I really actually might cry because you get to see like Haymitch as a kid, as a boy or whatever, and like the soft side of him before he's hardened by the war, by snow. I'm sorry, like I'm telling you, like this book wrecked me. But there's so much that goes down. If you read it, you know there's so much that goes down that like are like just little puzzle pieces that like make up what is the original trilogy. And it's like all these little, like obviously the original trilogy is Katniss's point of view. And she's a 16-year-old girl who's going through a lot, doesn't have food. She's like, her mom's depressed. She lost her dad. So it's her point of view. It's her life. So she views Haymitch in a certain way, and she has no understanding. Sorry. She has no understanding. Like, wow. I told you I'm distraught. She has no understanding for like why he is the way he is.
Did you cry while you read the book? Okay, I'm like, finally you cry at books.
I know. I'm about to start my period, so that's probably why. But it was like I just laid there for like an hour afterwards, just like, and then because I have no one to talk about it. My cousin just read it, so I talked to her today. But like I searched up on TikTok like Sunrise on the Reaping, and I'm not kidding. Every video I get on TikTok is Hunger Games, but it's giving me the debrief I need because I'm like reading everybody's like. Oh, some people are so smart. They like connect dots. And I'm like, I didn't even think about that. Like, oh, but it's so good. And honestly, like Suzanne Collins, she's like a genius. I can't even imagine. She wrote the first book in 2008 and it's 2025. So think about how far away that like is, and like the way that she wrote it was so intentional to what happened in the past. Like she already had the backstory in her mind. So it wasn't
like she just came up with this book because like, she wanted to.
It all connects. Ugh. And it's also,
so
I love how
good. It's like you got to read them as a kid, and now it's like the other ones are being released as an adult, so you get to relive
I'm still like, and she writes it, and actually like you get to see the progression. Like Hunger Games is insanely good, but her writing is just getting better and better. Like the way that she wrote this book, it was so good. It is like, you know, if you read it like the first line of the book and the last line of the book, like it's like. It's just so good. And I don't know. I'm literally going to be slumped out from this. So immediately after today, I started Lost and Lassoed, but I'm like, I need a palate cleanser, nothing serious. Like there's no way my brain can take in something like.
I wonder if like, because Haymitch's story came out and like, I'm so excited about it, even though I haven't even read the series, if that's why I'm struggling to start the Hunger Games. Because I've had this book available so many times within the past month, and I pick it up and then I'm like, and I don't read it. And I wonder if it's just because I know that this book is out and everyone's reading it right now.
Yeah, but a lot of people are like starting over too. So
I don't know why I can't get I just need to push through at least until I'm into it. Not that I'm not into it. Like I love the movies.
Sometimes you know you're going to like a book. You just can't pick it up until you're ready. But oh my gosh, it's just one of those things like I wish I could re-experience for the first time. Like that's why I'm excited for you. But I mean, you have seen the movie, so it's a little bit different. I wish I could go into it blind.
Yeah, but it's also know nothing about Haymitch's story.
Yeah, well, we didn't. We thought we did. Knew. It's just also she's so intentional, and like you get certain depictions of things from the movie that it's different. If you read the books, obviously, you know there's like different things. We don't get to really know the heart of like PETA in the movies, and it's just
so different.
So good. Like. Everything that happens is intentional. Like I almost recommend not doing the audiobooks.
I don't think I will because
the original.
I'm not loving the narrator, which
but the later ones are good. Like the audio, because I did for Sunrise on the Reaping, I did like back and forth of audio and physical, but the narrator for that is really good.
I just want to be able to sit and read Hunger Games, not just listen to it.
Anyway, sorry that I cried. I was like, I knew earlier today when I was like, we're going to film tonight and I'm going to talk about the book. I knew I was going to cry. I've cried several times today just thinking about it. I don't know what it is about like Hunger Games, like has a like little piece of my heart. And I just love it. Like I'm honestly considering getting a Hunger Games tattoo. Like I love Hunger Games.
What'd you even get?
I don't know. I was thinking like an arrow or something. I don't know. We'll see.
That took a turn.
But I'm just like, and I know that I'm not the only one, but like I keep getting edits on my For You page, and people are like, "This fandom is a prison." We just break each other's hearts over and over and over again with these edits.
Read it.
And it's so funny. Like, this isn't really going to give anything away, but like in the Ballad of the Songbirds and Snakes, people really like obviously thought Tom Blythe was attractive, so all these edits came out like about him being attractive. And in this book, everybody's like, Suzanne Collins really said, like, y'all better stop. Like, she made you hate him again. Like, the way that she wrote this book, she was like, y'all better not forget that he's, like, awful.
Yeah.
But, anyway.
I'm so excited, like, to see how this one will do as a movie.
No, I know.
I haven't even read the book, but I'm just excited for the movie already.
Yeah. I know. I'm so excited for me. And I was talking about it this morning when my husband woke up. I was like, I finished my book last night, and he was like, I was like, can I talk to you about it, because it's so crazy. And he's like, actually, you know what, I think I'm gonna read them. And I was like, okay. So he's gonna listen to them. And I was like, but he's gonna start from the beginning.
No, you can't.
So now
that
like,
he reads, you can't.
I was like, I need you to like pay attention to the names, okay? When you read them, pay attention to the names.
So like, I have no idea what to expect,
because like it's obviously. Like it's the 74th annual Hunger Games when it's the first one. Sorry, we were talking about this for a long time.
Yeah.
I told you I need a little debrief on it. But it's the 74th annual Hunger Games with the first one. And then obviously the Ballad of the Songbirds and Snakes is the 10th. And so we're going back like 64 years with Snow. So it's spanning all this time.
What game is Haymitch's?
50th.
Oh yeah.
So his is the Quarter Quell. So his is.
Also, I saw this TikTok that was like, someone like was talking about all the arenas they've talked about in the Hunger Games, and they were like, Katniss's arena was nothing. It was just like this normal
woods.
It was just woods. Like there wasn't much going on.
There's another person that I want to tell you, but I can't. Like their arena was crazy. Like you'll see it in the most.
Anyway, I'm gonna make myself read it.
That's what I've been reading. If you've read that book, can you please talk to me about it? Because I'm spiraling a little bit. It's just so good. It's so intentional the way she writes. Anyway, what are you reading?
After 13 minutes.
Sorry. I knew I needed it. I was like, I need to film a whole episode talking.
We have a book podcast for a reason. Okay, so as we said, we are doing Kindle Unlimited recommendations, but we're actually doing something else a little bit fun.
So, in honor of doing a Kindle Unlimited recommendation video, also just for fun, for our podcast, we're a little over a month and we want to celebrate all that it is. So we're gonna do a
Kindle giveaway.
A giveaway of a Kindle.
We all might have a Kindle. I don't know, but
if you don't have a Kindle,
we're gonna post on our TikTok and Instagram. And if you go to the videos, we'll have the rules listed in the comment or in the description.
Yeah.
For you, or in the caption, whatever it's called. Yeah. So you guys can enter the giveaway and win a Kindle potentially.
Yeah. And this is going to be US only. So sorry if you're not in the US, but it's going to be US only and we're really excited. So enter our giveaway, follow the rules, and you could potentially win a Kindle.
And have so many recommendations to read books.
Yes. So it's going to be like the basic Kindle paperweight. But yeah, and they're so much fun. They're amazing. I love having a Kindle. This thing's with me literally
Kindle fans
everywhere I go.
This is like my second limb.
Yeah, literally. Always have our Kindles.
I don't know why I said second limb, as if I don't have
your fifth limb.
Fifth. I meant to say like another appendage or whatever. I don't know.
You get over
Kindles.
So we'll have an official post about that.
Yeah.
And do all the things. But let's get into our episode. So we wrote down most of them we've read. There was a couple that I had seen people like suggest I haven't read yet, but they are on my TBR. So I mean, I guess I'll just get started.
You can just go.
With in the fantasy realm, there's The Veiled Kingdom by Holly Renee. This is a trilogy. So there's the first one is The Veiled Kingdom, the second one is The Hunted Heir, and the third one is The Rivaled Crown. And this is about a I don't know how to. I don't want to like give it away, but it's about a veiled kingdom.
Wow, crazy!
Yeah, I know. Let me look it up
It's
on
like the Hunger
Goodreads.
Games. It's about some games of Hunger
Yeah. So this is what the Goodreads description says for the first book. It says, fleeing my father's cruelty, the wicked king who robbed me of a future, I faced death in the streets, caught between a rebellion and a tyrant's reign. Captured by those sworn to kill me, the rebels remain blind to my true identity, the missing daughter of the despised king. Faced with an impossible choice, I stand before them, join the rebels or face their blades. And then she's got a little, I'm not going to read the rest because I want you to see it, but it's kind of like I wouldn't say like enemy, it's kind of enemies to lovers, but more like forbidden lovers.
I really
with the son of the leader of the rebellion, basically. So it's really fun. It's not like, I don't know how to explain it. I really liked it. I felt like the ending could have had a little bit more. I feel like there was like a little bit gaps, but it was just a fun read. Like I just really liked it. And the second book was more of like a novella. It's a lot shorter. Like the second book was like 200 and something pages.
Oh, that's nice.
So it was kind of a nice little break.
Also, it's just a trilogy, right?
Yeah, it's just a trilogy, and
so
it just finished. So yeah, it was.
I love a good trilogy.
No, I know, and it was fun, and there is spice in this. I just get past it, but just so you know. But I just think they were like a fun little.
I haven't read them yet. I really want to. I've had like the first one downloaded on my Kindle, probably for a year now.
Yeah,
not a year, but a year.
Yeah, because I read it. I think I read the first one like over a year, like almost a year ago or something like that. But those are fun books.
You just want me to go to romance?
Yeah, you can read the romance.
Okay. All right. I'm just going to recommend an overarching author's books. So her name is, I don't know how to say it, Mariana Zapata. She writes romance books, and I don't know. I love her romance books. One thing about them, though, is they are all slow burn. Like, these books are like 500 pages and like they're not even touching hands until 70%. But it's just like sometimes people I get her. In the mood for that.
I've never read one of her books, but
I really like them. And the other thing is her books, she's from Texas, so like a lot of her books are set in Texas, and like they're all set in the same world, but a lot of them are set in Texas, so like they're talking about surrounding cities, and I'm like, for me, because we live in Texas, it feels like it feels real, like this is a real world. Yeah. And all the books like kind of interconnect in a way, like they'll talk about characters from another book, and like, oh, they're related to this person from that book. Like it's just I really like it. But I'm gonna list off the ones that I've read and the ones that I recommend, because I haven't read all of hers, and there's a few of hers that I don't want to read just because I'm not interested in them, but I'm going to tell you the ones that I like. So we have Wait For It. I love that one. You're following, I'm not going to say all their names because I'm not going to remember right now, but you're following the girl. She is like taking care of her nephews because her sister passed away, and sorry. And she moves to this new town with them, and like her neighbor is the love interest. That one's my favorite one of hers. It's so good. And then we have Kulti, which is you're following two soccer players, and like one of them, the guy is her coach in that one. I'm just going to tell you simple tropes for these. That's why I'm not going too far in. And then we also have All Roads Lead Here. That one actually takes place in like Colorado. She moves there, ends up in this little property, and her landlord is the love interest. We have From Lukov with Love. That one's an ice skating romance, so I love that one.
Isn't that one a movie?
No.
Oh, what am I thinking of? That one Will Ferrell movie with I
have no idea what you're talking about.
Sorry.
And then we have Luna and the Lie, which is they both work in a car shop, like a auto body shop, and then also Underlock, which is they work in a tattoo studio. So the thing about these books is it's just like so real life. Like I feel like there's no crazy plots. There's no like super big twists. Like you're really just, I feel like they're very character driven, like you're just following real life, like that's why I love them, because when I'm in the mood for that, that's what I want to read. So yeah, if you're interested in those, I would highly recommend them. I think they're really good, and Mariana, I think she's a really good writer, and her men are always pretty well written.
Yeah. Also, I was gonna say we'll have everything listed in the description of these videos, because her books, especially, like the spelling's kind of different with a lot of them.
Yeah, like she like because it'll be like the last names of the characters.
Yeah, so it's like a little bit different, but The next book, I'll probably just be talking about fantasy because most of what I read.
Romancy with fantasy.
Yeah. So, The Forgotten Fate by Jaime Wilburn. This is, I mentioned it a couple weeks ago because I was reading it then, but I found her on TikTok, and this is like the first of a trilogy, I believe, which I got chosen to receive an ARC copy for her second book, which was so exciting. I just randomly applied, and I'm really excited. But so it's called The Forgotten Fate, and it's about a girl who, like the title is right there, The Forgotten Fate. She has like a chunk of her memory kind of missing. Her mom died when she was, I want to say 8 or 10, something around there. And she really can't remember, like she remembers pieces of her mom, but she can't remember a lot of her interactions with her mom. But that's like a long time, like to be 8 years old and not have memories of your mom. She can't really remember how she died and like all this stuff. So, and she's basically like trapped within her castle because her dad's so worried ever since his wife died. Like he's so worried over her safety, and so she's all locked up. And she escapes to go on a journey to figure out why she's been having this repeating dream of a wolf. And so she teams up with some guy, and it's a whole thing. And it was really fun. It was like I hadn't read a book like that before. Also, I don't read like a lot of wolf. I have read some, but fantasy. I've read like a few, but anyway, it was fun. So then the next one comes out, I believe, in June, and so that's on Kindle Unlimited, and it was refreshing. It was really fun going into a book that I knew nothing of, no one, like, because like our want to read lists are so long that we're like constantly just reading popular books, which isn't bad, but sometimes it's nice to go into something that like you haven't heard of like anything about.
Yeah, that's why there were some books I was like, I wish I could talk about them, but they're not Kindle Unlimited, so I like can't. Yeah, they're not going to be on there. Yeah, but next we have, I'm gonna recommend the Addicted / Calloway Sisters series. I'm not going to tell you a bunch because I feel like you just kind of have to go in blind. This is another series that is super character driven. You're following Lily and Lo in the Addicted series, and they both struggle with addictions, and they kind of use each other as like basically a cover up. Like they are in a fake relationship, and that's just how they like sit in their addictions and stay in it and like hide that from their family. But you're following the first book of like them deciding to finally stop and like get over it, and then you kind of just follow the rest of their life throughout the other books. And this series is also intertwined with the Calloway sisters, which are just Lily's sisters, but there's a whole reading order of like reading them all together, and you really just kind of follow them throughout their life. I love, like, this is probably one of my top series. I love the characters, and just there's something about like a character driven story where you really just get to know the person, because we spend so much time with them that you really just get to know the character, and like you care so much for them, and it's like you just want them to be real and like get to know them, but you can't.
That's me with Hunger Games right now.
No, I love them, and I don't know, they're really good. It's also very different. I feel like it feels like you're watching a show too. It's this whole built out world of just, I don't know, crazy situations. They're also rich, so that adds another plot aspect of like they can just go do whatever they want, kind of.
Yeah. So I'm going to jump down to shake it up a little bit, but we are both new to our thriller journeys here. So we both started. Did you start in March or February? I started in February.
But February with like Good Girls Guide to Murder. Okay.
Yeah, so I started those at the same time. So I started in February with, I'm just going to read both of these right here. Freedom McFadden. So far by Freedom McFadden, I've read The Boyfriend, The Teacher, The Inmate, The Crash, and The Coworker.
The way they all start with the.
Yeah, some of her older books don't, but I've read 5 of those, and she's just an easy read. Like, I was never wanted to do thrillers because I was like scared that I was going to be like, I'm so scared or whatever. Like I can't, like I'm going to get like.
No, we both thought we were going to have the heebie-jeebies.
Constantly, like, but no, it's more like suspense. Especially her writing is more like suspense, and just like it's so bingeable. Like you just want to know what's next. And like the way Freedom McFadden has like a really, I don't know, I really enjoy her writing style. And there's always like a twist at some point in the book. I will say like I have enjoyed some of her books more than others, but in general, I still just enjoy the book because she's got a good writing style, and they're really good audiobooks too. Another thriller though is the only other one I've read that's not Frida McFadden is Rock Paper Scissors by Alice Feeney. I read this one and then my mom read it and then she read it.
It was
and
really good.
Yeah, it was really good. This one did give me the heebie-jeebies a little bit, but I was like driving at night when I was listening to it, and I think that's probably why. But it basically follows a married couple who's having issues, and they go on a little weekend getaway to like, she won like a little weekend getaway to basically reignite the sparks for their marriage. But he's like, you get both their points of view, and he's pretty much sounds like he's just like done. And he also has face blindness. I can't remember the proper term for it, but so he like, when he looks at someone, like he really can't see their face, like it's just like a jumbled mess. So it causes issues with their relationship a little bit, but in general it's just like something he has to work through. But you also get, so you get her point of view, his point of view, and then you also get the point of view of the wife writing letters to him on every anniversary. And so you get, those are sprinkled in like 1 year, 2 year, 3 year. And so you're getting like backstory of like how the marriage started and how they got to a certain point. So it was really interesting.
The plot twist was crazy.
Yeah. So it was like, it had a plot twist in it where I literally had to stop and be like, because I was listening to it at that point, I paused and I was like, I had to sit there and rethink things in my head because I was like, it changed
the whole book.
The whole book. And my mom is the type of person where she like knows when the plot twist is coming. Like
she knows what it is.
She's good at that,
everything.
like detecting that kind of stuff. And she wasn't expecting it either. Like,
yeah.
So that was I recommend that book. It was like, if you have any other thrillers that you recommend, like I don't want to be like terrified. I just want to be like a little bit of suspense, a little bit of jaw drop. So recommend some if you know any, because
thrillers are also very good for like little palate cleansers.
Yeah.
I haven't read one in a bit, but I need to get back into it.
Yeah.
Next I have In the Likely Event by Rebecca Yarros, which is actually the author of Fourth Wing. She does write romance too, which
that's how she started.
I didn't think it through for some reason. Like I knew she did, but I didn't think about it. And then I was looking for an audiobook and I saw that one specifically has an audiobook on Kindle Unlimited, which is nice because you can just like listen to the audio, and then if you want to jump into reading it, like it automatically takes you to where you left off.
Oh, I love when Kindle Unlimited.
This one is, you're following these two strangers who meet on an airplane, and they kind of help each other like get through the flight because they're kind of terrified of planes, and then they end up getting in a crash, and they just like help each other through it. Like they're together during the whole crash, like leaning on each other, and
Lost.
then he. Because of that airplane ride, like he was taking that airplane ride to go enlist in the military, so obviously he has to go off and do that, and then she's going to college, so it's like they are split up, but they kind of stay in contact throughout that whole time. So you're following that past of them like kind of staying in contact, and then the present of them getting like reuniting after they haven't spoken in a while. It's really good. I think Rebecca Yarros, like, she writes very well. It was a very emotional romance, but I really liked it. And it was also really fun, if you've read Fourth Wing, to branch out and, like, see what her writing is like in a different...
Outside of fantasy. And,
like, I could see the similarities, but it was also just so interesting, like, knowing that she's written about Violet and Xaden, but, like, here she is writing, like, a normal, like, romance. This guy's in the army, and, like, she's just living in, like, I don't know. It was interesting. It was very good, though, and... The audiobook is available on there, so if you want to have an audiobook, that's a good option.
Yeah, what's nice about Kindle Unlimited audiobooks is like you can literally like be reading on it, and then like you finish, and then you open up the audiobook and just press play, and it goes right where it is. Like a lot of the audiobooks that I do where I jump between, it's like on Libby, so I have to go find my spot every time, which is like not the biggest deal, but it's nice how it just like is right there for you.
Syncs it for you.
So I recently read these, and I did talk about them a little bit, but I just want to cover them again in case you didn't see the episode. But Letters with Enchantment, like series by Rebecca Ross, which is a duology. It's Divine Rivals and Ruthless Vows. Ruthless Vows, which this just follows a girl in wartime, but it's like modern war. It's like the early 1900s, but it's got a little bit of magic, so it's not but it's not like full on.
Yeah, it feels more magical realism than like
and so
fantasy.
So she like has a lot going on in her personal life. Her brother's gone to the war. She's alone, like, and she writes out a little letter on her typewriter to kind of just like vent out her frustrations to her brother, but she can't actually send it to him because she doesn't know his address. Like, she doesn't know where he's at. She hasn't heard from him, and she's been waiting for a long time. She gets mad and she throws the letter into her wardrobe, and then she opens it up later to grab it back, and the letter's gone. And then she receives a response, and it's not from her brother. And so that, I'll just give you that. Good. It's so fun and so good, and it's spice free too. So it's just a fun duology, quick little reads. Yeah. I loved them. They were so much fun. Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and stay with the fantasy and recommend the Entangled with Fae series.
Did you read these?
I read the first one. So these are all, I don't even know what these are. They're all like fairy tale retellings, like with the fantasy twist, but they're all like standalone, like interconnected standalone. So I think it's really nice if you just want to read a fantasy book, but you don't want to commit to like reading a book in a series. Like, yes, they are all connected, but they're not following an overarching plot. So like, I read the first one, and that one was the Beauty and the Beast retelling. It was really good. I really liked it.
I've never heard of these.
I know, I heard about them from some person, and people only talk about this. I only hear about the second book, but like, they all look good to me. So we have Curse of the Wolf King, which was the first one. Beauty and the Beast retelling. I really liked that. We have Heart of the Raven Prince, which is the second. I think that one's Cinderella. I'm not quite sure. Kiss of the Selkie, I think that's Little Mermaid retelling. Then A Taste of Poison, which is Snow White. And then A Dream So Wicked. I don't know what the last one is. I can't remember. But I've only read the first one. It's so good so far. I really like it. It's romance, fantasy, interconnected standalone, so you're not committing to a ton. And it's like fairy tale retelling, so it kind of throws you back to your childhood a little bit.
The last one, A Dream So Wicked, is A Sleeping Beauty.
Oh, okay, yeah. I've been wanting to read the second one, but it's nice because it's like you don't feel super committed to it, and it's just.
And is it like YA or is it like adult?
I think it was adult, but there was like one scene in it, so it wasn't a ton to skip.
That's really interesting. I've actually never heard of those, so I just added it to my want to read. I don't know why I've never even seen that cover, but
they were really good. The first one was really good, so I'm excited to read the rest.
So next one, which you've probably heard of because it went viral last year, is Quicksilver. This is by Callie Hart. So this is the Fae and Alchemy series is what it's called. The second one is coming out in August, I believe. Something like that.
Yeah.
But basically this is, you read it more recently. How do I even like describe? It's a girl who's living basically in poverty.
Yeah.
But what's really nice about this is she's not 19. She's 24. I feel like all these
she's not freshly.
All these fantasy series are like 18, 19, but she's 24. Yeah. So I was like, oh, how refreshing when I started reading it. But I'll read the description on Goodreads to you. It says, do not touch the sword. Do not turn the key. Do not open the gate. In the land of the unforgiving desert, there isn't much a girl wouldn't do for a glass of water. So this world, there's so little water. They're like on rations. Yeah. And I want to say it was like 4 ounces a day.
Yeah.
It was like
such little.
So 24-year-old Cyrus, I can't remember how you say her name, Fane, is good at keeping secrets. No one knows about the strange powers she possesses, or the fact that she has been picking pockets and stealing from the undying queen's reservoirs for as long as she can remember. But a secret is like a knot. Sooner or later, it is bound to come undone. When Cyrus comes face to face with death himself, she inadvertently reopens a gateway between realms and is transported to a land of ice and snow. The Fae have always been the stuff of myth, of legend, of nightmares, but it turns out they're real, and Cyrus has landed herself in the middle of a centuries-long conflict that might just get her killed. Sorry, I don't know why I'm struggling to talk so much, but it was fun. I know a lot of people don't like this book, but a lot of people do. So
I think it was really good.
I liked it. I'm a fantasy girly. I wouldn't say it was enemies to lovers because I feel like for him was more like
he's down bad the
second he saw her, but she's more like hesitant. You know what I mean?
Stubborn.
Like she didn't like him at first.
Yeah,
but I don't know. It's good. There is some spice in it. Obviously, I just skip over it, but it's good. It's fun. I'm excited to see what comes next in the series. The end has like a little bit of like a trial thing happening, so it's fun.
Okay. I got another romance recommendation. Oh my gosh, I can't speak either. We can't speak today.
Like Sim.
This one is actually a Christmas book, so if you want to read it now, sure. But if you're looking for any Christmas reads when the season comes upon us, this is called The Holly Dates by Brittany C. Cherry. I really liked it.
I haven't read that one yet.
Randomly, and it was actually very good. Like when I go into Christmas books, I'm not expecting much, but this one was really good. You're following Holly Jackson, who that's actually funny because that's the author.
Anyways, the author for Good Girls.
Anyways, you're following Holly Jackson, who the Christmas season is almost upon her, and she has to go back home, but she doesn't want to go home alone. She wants to go home having a boyfriend, but she is recently single.
Hallmark.
So she decides to like get on a dating app and just go on as many dates as she can until she can find someone. So she's going on date after date after date, and it's just not going well. But the thing is, she's going to the same restaurant each date. So the bartender, Kai, is seeing each date, and eventually he's like, let me just help you out, girl, because this is not working.
That's so fun.
And so he agrees to help her be like, I don't know, not more attractive, but like go about the dates better. But obviously, at a certain point, they're going to fall for each other. It was really good. I really liked it. I don't know. I wasn't expecting much from it, but I really liked it.
I've seen that one. I've wanted to read it, but I didn't know what it was about. That's cute.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay, so another fantasy one, and I haven't read this, so I'm going to preface with that. But I saw the author posted on TikTok like forever ago, so she's an indie author. And it's called The Sunken City by Emma V.R. Noyes. I don't know how you say that, but
I'm going to read this.
This is supposed to be similar to like Pirates of the Caribbean vibes. So the description basically says that this girl is an orphan and she was raised on a ship by the most dangerous men in the Caribbean. She is, it says, Amara is one thing and one thing alone, a pirate, and pirates hate magic. After a fateful storm plunges her to the depths of the ocean, she wakes to find herself in a strange new world, an underwater kingdom where magic exists, but it's strictly outlawed by the king, a man who claims to be her true father. She struggles to fit into her new role as a princess of the Sunken City, and she finds herself tangled in a web of love between two brothers, one good, one not so good. And as strange powers manifest within her, she must question everything she was raised to believe, especially if she has any hope of stopping the evil brewing at the bottom of the ocean. So it sounds interesting to me. I saw her on
TikTok, right?
TikTok when she was like releasing it. It's been on my TBR forever, and I just keep, I'm a mood reader, so something pops up on, and I'm like, ooh. But yeah, I haven't read a pirate book yet, and so I want to read that. I don't like love triangles, but I know that people said that they really like this, so
sometimes it's like you gotta get past it.
Yeah.
I really want to read it, especially after reading the description. I'm like, it reignites my little. Oh, it's just so many books I want to read.
There's too many.
All right, I have another romance. It's called Not Another Love Song by Julie Soto. Faith and I have both read this one.
This one's cute.
This one's very good. I gave it 5 stars.
I really like it.
You're following two, what are they called? Violinists?
Yeah.
If that's the right word.
Well, what does the thing say?
Yeah, I don't know. They both play an instrument. Anyways, they're both in the same orchestra, and there is a new position that opens up for like I don't know exactly what you call them, but like the person who is like the lead player.
For sure.
They're both, for sure, yeah. I know nothing. They're both like gunning for that position. So you're kind of following this rival between them.
But you're getting a little bit like he's like so good. He's like esteemed. Like people know how good he is, and he was raised like from the day he was born. And she just had an ear for it when she was younger, and so she got into a little bit later. But then she ends up like she plays weddings for like side money, and her partner one day like couldn't show up, and so the person was like, "Oh, I grabbed someone else for you," and it's him. So they had to play together, and she realized like she hates this guy. They're on the same orchestra. She thinks he's snooty and stuck up. She realized as they were sitting there like he didn't even recognize her, and so she like starts to hate him. She's like, "You don't even know who I am," and so then more goes down. So like it's like that little interaction, but
it was really good, and I really liked like the orchestra aspect. It added such a different element to it,
because it wasn't like a regular like workplace drama, office, whatever. It was like they had this goal and they were this passion for music, and I don't know. It was really fun.
I think this is another book that was a Raylo fanfic, because like look at that cover.
I don't know.
Definitely. What's his face?
Okay, so
another one you haven't read.
Another one I haven't read, but excuse me. It is highly loved, which I like. I've been wanting to read it forever. It's the Plated Prisoner series. The first book is called Gild, but it basically, like, I'll read you the little thing. It says, "The Fae abandoned this world to us, and the ones with power rule. Gold floors, gold walls, gold furniture, gold clothes. In High Bell, in the castle built with the frozen mountains, everything is made of gold. Even me, King, I don't know how you say it, Midas rescued me, dug me out of the slums, and placed me on a pedestal. I'm called his precious, his favored. I'm the woman he gold touched to show everyone that I belong to him, to show how powerful he is. He gave me protection, and I gave him my heart. And even though I don't even though I don't leave the confines of the palace, I'm safe until war comes to the kingdom and a deal is struck. Suddenly my trust is broken, my love is challenged, and I realize that everything I thought I knew about Midas might be wrong, because the bars I'm kept in, no matter how gilded, are still just a cage." I'm going to leave it there, but I'm interested to read it. I know people love this series, and they say that it's like
I
top
know
tier
nothing
for them.
about it.
I know nothing. That's the first I've ever read the.
Yeah, I didn't even know any of that. It sounds really good though.
Yeah, so
I didn't realize it was all on Kindle Unlimited.
Yeah, so there's 5 books. They're all on Kindle Unlimited. There's Gild. Oh no, 6. One of them's a novella, I believe. Maybe I'm wrong. Gild, Glint, Gleam, Glow, Gold, Goldfinch. So. And I think they're rather long books, but so you could spend a good time in that world.
Sometimes
but
you want a long fantasy
series. That's on my TBR. I know my cousin read them. Our cousin read them last year, or she just finished them off.
I don't know
if she finished them yet. She was saying that she was reading them, and it seemed like she was enjoying them.
Yeah, sounds good. I'm intrigued.
I know. I'm like, the way my TBR is so long. I just want to read. I'm like, so much life, whatever. So is this the last one?
Yeah. No, I have one more.
No, I know. The one that you're going to say to me.
Yeah.
What's coming up is the last one.
So we have our last recommendation, which I thought you said that one. This is a pretty popular series, but I mean, I feel like some people don't know, but I don't know. We have the Windy City series by Liz Tom Ford. This is a interconnected standalone romance series, and it's a sports romance series. So you're following they're all in different sports though. I believe the first guy is I think he's a football player, and then the second guy too, but then I think the third and fourth are baseball players, and then the last one, I believe he's hockey. I don't know. I can't remember. The last one hasn't come out yet. Anyways, these ones are so good. I don't know what Liz Tom Ford does. She writes them so well.
Is this the one with a plane on the cover?
I think so, yes, for the first one. I will say the first one is not the most loved, and I enjoyed it. It's not my favorite, though. It's just, I don't know what she did in that book, but it's not the best. So if you are struggling with that one, I would say either push through it or skip it and just immediately go to the second one. The second one's so good. So the second one, I'm going to give a little premise for each of them. The first one, you're following Xander, and I can't remember her name. He is on the football team, and then she is the airplane stewardess. What do you call them? What are the ladies?
Stewardess?
Is that what it is?
I believe so.
On their private jet for their team. So they're kind of in that forced proximity. They're always seeing each other. And that's that little premise. And then I don't know. I can't remember much about that one because it honestly wasn't my favorite either. A lot of people are right with it not being the best.
Flight attendant.
Flight attendant. Stewardess is so fancy sounding.
Yeah.
Anyways, the second we have is The Right Move. This one is so good. You're following Ryan and Indy, and Indy is the best friend of the girl from the first book. I cannot remember her name for some reason. Anyways,
the first book?
Yeah, the first book. And then Ryan is her brother, and Indy is out of a bad relationship, just broken up, and is needing a place to stay. So what is her name?
Stevie.
Okay.
I'm
so
over here doing the research.
Hey, let me ask my brother, and her brother's super rich, so he's has rooms available. She's let me ask my brother if you can move in with him. So that ends up working out, and Indy ends up moving in with Ryan, and she's got a lot going on with her life. She's just ended up out of a bad relationship. She has a lot of health issues and she's trying to solve those, and there's just a lot going on. So there's like forced proximity. They're so good. Ryan is such like an acts of service. Like he takes care of her so much, even though they're not even together. That one is my favorite. And then we have the third one. I can't remember. Oh, but you're following Isaiah and... Not Isaiah, sorry. I think that guy's name is Kai.
It's Kai and then Miller.
Miller, yes. Kai and Miller. So Kai is on the baseball team and he is a single father, has a little boy, and he needs a nanny to take care of her. But like none of the nannies are working out. So his coach is like, hey, my daughter needs work for the summer, so why doesn't she just nanny your little boy? So that's that little plot, and she ends up kind of moving in, like staying near and just taking care of his little boy. These are just simple romances, so it's like not much to say, and I don't want to like give away certain plot points. And then you have the fourth one, which follows Isaiah and
Kennedy and Rhodes.
Kennedy. I can never remember the girls' names for some reason.
Is it Isaiah? Because it says Rhodes. Is that the last name?
That's his last name.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
So Isaiah and Kennedy, and they...
Ooh, I don't think I would want to read a book with the guy.
That's our brother's name. It was a little weird, but I got over it fast.
I don't think I've ever read... I don't think I've ever read a book where the main guy's name was Isaiah.
Yeah, I haven't either.
But, like, you know what we mean. It's our brother. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean?
So these two characters, let me read it real quick because I don't want to give away this plot if it doesn't say. Okay, yeah. So
no hate to our brother. It's just like you don't want to read about our brother.
Anyways, what is this one called again? Play Along.
It's been a while since she read them.
Yeah, sorry. Sometimes it's hard with romance books to like.
There's not enough going on special.
Yeah, like it's just like there's a little bit of a trope premise. I don't know. Anyways, you start off this one, and Isaiah and Kennedy have kind of gotten themselves in a little predicament, and they got married in Vegas on a whim, and they're not even in a relationship. There's nothing going on.
Interesting.
And so they're like, what the heck do we do when they wake up? But they decide they're going to stick it out and do a little bit of a fake marriage situation because Kennedy is wanting to get this promotion she's going for, but she kind of needs like a little bit of cred, and she also doesn't want to get fired from her job because she happens to be the baseball team that Isaiah's on, like their team doctor. Like she helps take care of them like physically. So she's like, I don't want to get fired. So they're like, okay, we're gonna go through with this. So that one's really good. You got a little forced proximity, a little bit of a...
And it looks like there's another one coming out on May 20th.
Yeah, that one's about to come out. I'm so excited for it. This one is really like anticipated because it's called Rewind It Back. And this one, like, you've seen these characters throughout the whole series of... What is the guy's name? I can't remember their names because, I mean, their book hasn't even come out yet.
Hallie and Rio.
Rio, yes. Hallie and Rio. And Rio, literally since book one, has been, like, pining after Hallie. And Hallie's like, I don't care, dude. Like, get away from me. Mm-hmm. So this book is, like, finally going to be... He's finally going to get together. But I don't even know the premise of it, so I don't want to know it. I just want to go into it blind.
Yeah.
But I'm so excited. Going into it these blind. Ones... I just, like, really recommend these ones because out of all romance books, not all, but, like, romance books are romance books, but some of them are just written so well, and this is one that I feel like is written very well. Like, they're all 5 stars for me, except the first one, but they're just so good. I would really, if you really want, like, a well-written, can't speak, well-written romance series, I would recommend this. And it has the sports in it. Also, there is some spice in it, not a ton, though. Like, it's not super overwhelming. You can easily skip past it. I think it's a good series.
And I've recommended it before. I'm just going to throw this in right here. Assistant to the Villains on Kindle Unlimited. The second one isn't, but the first one is. So if you just want to dip your toe in, see if you like it, it's free on Kindle. I mean, if you have Kindle Unlimited, you pay $12 a month. But still, I'm saying, like, it's on there. So you can... Yeah. And I just love that book. So I beg of you to read it. And, you know, since I've been talking to them, I've had 3 people message me that they're starting to read it. So really? I'm like, you know what? I'm doing my duty.
Our mom tried to read it, but she can't get past the narrator on the audiobook. So we'll see how... She might try to physically read them.
That's the thing, is she's busy, so she doesn't have a lot of time to physically read, so she pretty much only does audio. But anyway, that's our episode. If you have any recommendations for Kindle Unlimited that you've found, or like if you're an indie author and you have something on Kindle Unlimited, please comment it, because we definitely want to check out more and see other little hidden gems. But yeah, that's the episode. And don't forget about the Kindle giveaway. We'll post more information for that. And then, yeah, we're just really excited to do that. Do a little.
Yeah. Like, once this episode's out, you can go to our TikTok or our Instagram, which is both just Once Upon a Sister with 3 R's.
Yeah.
And you'll be able to see our little video and how to enter the giveaway so you can potentially get a Kindle.
Yeah.
And join the club.
And then next week's episode, we're going to talk about Fearless.
Finally.
I know. That's the thing we also said. We decided, like, I was like, okay, because we read a lot of books. I was like, we're going to have to start reading our book of the month book like at the end of the month, because we want to talk about it so bad. But also this was a new release, so if it's a new release, I'm not gonna wait. But if it's like a regular old already out book, I'm like, okay, we can wait till the end of the month, because now I'm like, also I want to talk about it when it's fresh in my brain. So yeah, but that's, I'm really excited to sit down and have a whole episode where we just like dissect a book.
I know. Yeah, I really get to talk, because it's hard, because we can't obviously talk about books go super in depth, because not everyone's read them and we don't want to spoil stuff. But that's why we're excited to do book episodes where we talk about specific books, because sometimes you just want to get into the plot and talk about what happened. And Fearless was crazy, so
oh my gosh. Anyway, we'll talk. I was about to say something like, we know what, save it for the episode. All right, well,
thank you guys for listening.
We'll see you next week, or we'll hear you next week. I don't know how you even say that. You'll hear us next week.
We'll be in your ears next week.
All right, bye.